Namo Buddhaya Bante. How are you?
Namaskar, Guruji. I'm doing well. How about you?
Very good, very good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you,
So,
Master, for teaching me the wonderful Buddhist teaching. I really appreciate and my great gratitude to you as a student. Thank you so much, Guruji. Yes.
thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ah, so today I would like to discuss with you that why a Buddhist monks should not eat meat and accept meat. Meat, for the food like chicken, mutton, beef, fish, and all that. So most important things is Bante. According to the Buddha's time,
Yes.
at that time monks are living in the forest. We are living in the forest, and every according to the Buddha's teaching, monks should go to different places all the time. From one place to one place, and we are depending on the public at that time in the forest. If sometime we cross the village, so whenever we monks feel hungry, and we go for begging food. So whatever food people offer at that time, it could be vegetarian, or it could be meat, or any other product. As long as it is a food, what people eat at that time, monks just eat. So this really makes very sense to me, because this is how monks life should be, because we are living in the forest. What we can ask request to people. So some people, when we cross the road, cross the forest, we will cross the aborigines people.
Mhm.
Aborigines people, they are living by hunting,
Yes.
right? So whatever food they offer, we eat, right? But nowadays, like modern century, in the 21st century, monks are living in the temple, monasteries,
Yeah.
in the building. This is what I mean. So we are living, we are settled down, just like a lay people. We settle down. All the monks are settled down, even though there are some forest monks. But even though in the forest also they settle down in one place more
Yes.
than 3 days, right?
Yes.
So according to the Buddha's teaching, a monk should go to another place. Uh, After 3 days, we cannot stay in one place. We should move to another place. Even though nowadays forest monks are living in one place.
Mhm.
So from here we can understood we are not living style is completely different than Buddha's time. Uh, so nowadays, when since we are living in the building, in the monasteries, or in the temple, or in the forest, so we have our certain dayakas, certain upasakas, upasikas, our devotees, our students, and lay followers. They come to the temple. They offer the food to monks. Because we are living in one place. So since we are living in one place, we should teach the students or lay followers, all the upasakas, upasikas, all the dayakas, that the five precept, Buddha's teaching, five precept is really important. So if when the monks, we give the five precepts to the lay people, we should apply for ourselves as well. So can you chant the five precepts?
Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Could you explain?
Yes, not to killing any living being. And
Okay, so
Adinna, yes, Adinna Dana Veramani Sikha Padan Samadhiyami. I will continue until 5%, and then I will come to the translation, please.
sure.
Third one is Kamesu Michachara Veramani Sikkapadang Samadhiyami. Fourth one is Musavada Veramani Sikkapadang Samadhiyami. Fifth one Surameraya Majjapama Dattana Veramani Sikkapadang Samadhiya. So not to killing any living beings and not to stealing anything which not belong to us, and third one is not having sexual misconduct, and not telling lies, and avoiding all kind of alcohol and intoxicated.
Perfect, perfect, Bante. Very good. So from here, we can understand Buddha said very clearly. So this is how a Buddhist monk, as a Buddhist monk, we should guide and we should teach the lay people to live according to the Dhamma. So when they are living according to the Dhamma, it means they will have less kamma. A person who has a less kamma, then it is easier for them to reach, Sotapana,
Yeah,
Sagaragami, Anagami, and Arahant. So when we finish all these bad karma, akusala karma, all the bad karmas, then only you can reach that states. They can become enlightenment. So if there is a more karma with them, it is very hard for them. So we know that uh, lay people also can become arahat. Lay people also in Buddha's time became Srotapana, reached that level before the
yeah,
monk. Lay people also became in that stage before the monks. So, so this stage is not only for the monks to reach; it's for lay people, for the monks also. So when we teach them to make less karma, it means we also have to apply for ourselves.
of
Then
course.
it makes sense. So when monks teach them, and if when monks make mistake, then it not make sense, right? So
Yeah,
here, when we give them panatipata veramani sikapatang samatiyami, not killing or not harming any living beings.
yeah,
Any living beings, any living beings, including the human being, including all the creatures, all the animals, all the chickens, goats, beef, whatever, fish, so not harm them. So lay people, when they donate to the monks, they are, you know they have a lot of shraddha. They have a lot of faith in monks. They have a lot of determination, respect for the monks. So they always offer the food with the respect. So whenever they buy all the foods from the shop, from the butcher, if they buy the meats, they will buy the fresh meats, because they want to offer to the monks. If we eat, so then the butcher need to kill the animals for the customer. So the intention of the upasaka is to offer the food to the monk, and then their intention is to buy the fresh food. So here the intention is very clear. So do you remember what Buddha said about the intention? Chetana?
Chetanahang bhikkhave kammang vadam.
Yes. So,
Chetayitva kammang karoti. Yes, it is the, yes,
right. So the intention is very important to make the kamma.
yes,
So the upasaka's intention is to buy the food offered to the monk. So when they buy the food with the intention, and then the intention of the butcher, the person who is selling the meat, is to sell the product. He want to make money, right? So our intention is to eat food, and then they are buying food. So it is, everything is intention. All this intention is together, because when breakfast time, like people will offer the food, lunchtime they will offer the food, right? So when our lunchtime, we know we need to eat, that is also intention. When the time comes, we need to eat. So when the time comes, people will offer the food. So whenever people offer the food and when we eat the intention, we have to pay all that karma. When
Guruji,
yes.
yes, would you mind explain a little bit more? So because I'm a little bit confused here. So the responsibility of the karma will
Mm,
for both sides, like ourselves as well as one like a diekas or devotees who offer food to the monks.
right. So the responsibility, because
Mhm.
we are eating meat. So this responsibility, Daika also need to share. We also need to share.
Okay.
Must share because there is no other choice. Because we are eating meat. If we don't eat meat, then she doesn't have to share the kamma. We also no need to share that kamma. But because since we are eating, because
Mhm.
our eating habits, she or he, they need to buy the food what we eat.
Mhm.
Right? Of course, if we don't eat what we call the stone or the sand or the
Yes.
plastic bag,
Mhm.
of course they don't buy this kind of food. If you eat your food is the stone or sand or plastic bag, of course they will buy for you the food you eat. If you
Mhm.
eat the fruits, of course they will buy fruits for you, right? So this is what do you eat usually, that is the food, people will offer. So then the responsibility is together, we have to share 100%, we have to share. So we cannot make the statement of the Buddha statement and then with intention we eat and then with intention we enjoy the food. It is mistake.
I see.
It is completely mistake. Once you put your food in your mouth and then when you feel the food is tasty or the food is lack of the salt or pepper or the food taste is not very tasty or the meat is little bit older meat,
Mhm.
this kind of feeling when it comes, everything is counting, karma is counted. So this is very very important. So since the upasaka is helping the monks, helping the monk, from their good intention for them to gain the good merits. So we cannot harm the upasaka. We cannot harm the lay devotees. It is a big mistake. Through our behavior, through our habits, fooding habits, we cannot harm someone. And the intention is very clear. So when they buy the food and then the butcher need to kill, so animal has to die. Without the animal die, the food will never come into our table. So just imagine, Bante, how much painful, how much terrible mental pain or physical pain that animal will have during the time, during the torture, during that murder. So now you have to imagine, that feeling first. Then you can understand what master is talking about, that feeling, when we get afraid, when we get slaughtered, very torture way. When I was young, I still remember my grandmother catch the chicken which we raise, and then she asked me to hold tightly, the wings and then the legs, and then my grandmother cut. I still remember all that. I said to my grandmother, this is not right. The chicken is just like our family member. How can you do this? So she said, just to hold, don't talk too much. And then she killed. And then when she make the curry, I enjoy the food, because the curry is very delicious. And I forget that we killed one chicken. Only that moment I remember. After when I eat, I enjoy the curry.
Yes,
So,
Guruji. I think you already remember very important Dhammapada stanza
mm,
trigger what you mentioned right now.
yes,
Uh, the Sabbe tasanti dandassa sabbe bhayanti machuno attanang upamang katva nahaneya nagate. Whatever you explained, exactly I mentioned the Pali. So we
yes,
don't like anyone don't like to someone who blame us, try to kill us. We all are afraid to. So
Right.
thinking ourselves, we have to avoid from those kind of activities.
Yeah. So when we kill, when we kill that animal will tremble. The whole body will shaking because they know they will die. They're going to die. They feel very afraid. They will have lot of anger or negative emotions. Negative
It is
emotions.
very important, Guruji. Could you please explain a little bit more? Like, yeah, when
Yeah.
someone try to kill animal, so
Mm,
their blood circulation
right.
mixed with the emotion, it will come to someone who eating their meat.
Definitely, Bante. Definitely,
Uh-huh.
Bante. Because according to the Ayurveda,
Mm-hmm.
and according to the science as well, so when someone die, with afraid, you know, they know that they're going to die, the body will release one kind of toxins. One
Uh-huh.
kind of toxins, toxins, body will release that kind of hormones. That one is very bad for us. It is very highly toxic. So so that is the one of the reason why in Islam, in religion, they call halal. They cut the, slaughter the animal, and then they remove all the blood completely. They remove all the blood completely, and then they cook the food, because that is very, very highly toxic. So when we eat like a few times, then we will have a bad disease. you know we have to pay back. Body will answer that question, the result. So when that emotions, the bad emotions, when they release, why you kill me, how can you kill me, you take care me before, you give me food, and then now you kill me, that kind of negative emotions, negative thoughts will come out. They are the chicken. We, in one word, um, I would say that uh, the life force will come out,
Uh,
die. That karma will impact to us. It will come back to us, because that is the negative things. Why we have a karma? Can we see our karma? Whatever karma in the past life, can we see? How much we already accumulated, how much it is balanced, it will come. Can we see those things? We can't see.
yeah,
you
we
know
can.
and that we have a lot of bad karma, akusala karma, and we also have a kusala karma. Can we see all that? you know if when something happened to us, then we believe, oh, this is my akusala karma, or this is my kusala karma, like that. So until then, we don't know how much it is left over. So it is invisible, which we can't see, and it is collected. Whatever actions we make, good actions or bad actions we make, it is collecting, slowly collecting, and then store in the nature. The karma stores in the nature. So when we eat that meat, let's say the chicken, when we eat that chicken, that negative emotions will affect us. It is a current karma. It is current karma. If we live 100% according to the past karma, it means in this life you cannot attain arahanthood. You can't, because we need to pay back the last karma. you know
Yeah.
so we cannot say everything is the 100% is the last previous karma. In this life also, we have chance, a lot of chance to make a new karma. That is why we always have chance to become a Buddha or Arahant, or Bodhisattva or Pratyeka Buddha. So we have chance. So we can change that karma. So when we eat that food, those kind of food, the first is bad for our health. This is the first thing, bad for our health, physical health. The second thing, we are making karma. We are making akusala karma, unnecessary karma we are making. The third thing is, we are spoiling or harming our lay devotees. The lay devotees, from their heart, they are offering food for us, and they should gain a good merits, not the bad merits. So since they are offering all those those animal products to us, they will gain lot of bad merits because their intention is to serving us. And then they also know some animal has to die because because uh, they buy these products. And then we
Even
also,
though, Guruji, even though they are offering with faith to the monk, the animal products.
yes, yes, very good question, Bante. It is a different story. One
Uh,
is they offer with the respect.
mhm.
One is a offer with the respect. It is a different thing. They will
uh,
gain that merits because they are offering with the respect.
uh,
The bad karma they will receive because they are
Christian.
supporting, and support someone to kill that animal, and then they buy that product. They have to pay back. This is a two different matter. you know Two different matter here. So the more you buy, the more people going to kill the animals. The person who is selling the food, his intention is to sell more to gain more money. The person who buy, he wants to buy the flesh because they like to eat. They want to offer to the monks. They enjoy because of the tongue.
Yeah,
They because of the tongue, because of the desire, nothing else. And then they used to eat, with the masala, all that curry powder and all that.
yes,
So everything is desire. And so even though they are not thinking so much, they have to pay back. Why we always said, if I make mistake consciously or unconsciously, do you understand? Even
yes,
though unconsciously you are
yeah,
making mistake, you have to pay back. 100% you have to pay back. The kamma might be very less. Not It doesn't mean kamma is no there. There
mm,
is. You have to pay back, but less. Okay, but if it consciously, if you do something, you have to pay back more,
mm,
right? So our teaching, we already teach them panatipata, all these five precepts. It means they already understood. Now they are going to buy. So now they are buying with conscious or without conscious.
if they understood the Panatipata with conscious.
Because we are monks, we teach them, we give them five precepts every time.
Yeah,
And then they already know they should not kill any living beings. They should
yeah,
not harm any living beings. They know. The student knows very well, very clearly. And then now the student go and buy the meat product. Now they know or they don't know that
they
if they
already,
buy the animal will die.
they already knew.
They already knew. So when they already knew, when they buy, the karma will follow them. The karma will follow them. 100% will karma will follow them. And then when they offer with the faith, then we are
Mhm.
eating them, and then we also have to pay back.
Oh,
We also have to pay because we already teach, and then we already eating them and supporting them.
mm,
So this is the things, cycle things, Master want to share with you, that we should stop this. We should change our habit because first thing, the health. Monk should be healthy. If monk is healthy, then only he can attain arahant, arahanthood or Buddhahood. The second thing is we should protect other living creatures. Since
yeah,
monks has choice to eat, we have choices. We have a lot of choice to eat. So we don't have to harm any living beings, uh, to make us our for our survival. We harm them. This second thing. The third thing, we should protect our devotees. We should protect our students, uh, from making the akusala kamma, from the bad kamma. Then the whole thing will be, we will protect the whole world. We will protect the whole community. We will protect the whole sangha.
yes,
So this is how it comes, Bante. So we need to think. So, whatever before we eat, we should think, which we have choice, you know. So always think monk have choice. And why you become monk? Because you have choice. You want to become monk, you became a monk. If some people offer you a stone in your plate, I don't think so you will eat, you know, even though they offer you with the faith, right? You know
Yeah.
this is not the food, and then you will say, please, this is not the food, and then you are not going to eat. You are not going to put in the blender, crush, and then you will eat, no?
Yes.
So this is what I mean. We have choice. Monk's life is full of choices. If we don't choose the right path, how we get enlightenment? How we remove all the bad karma? So never said that monks never have choice. Monks have choice. Only monks have lot of choices. Because of the choices, we make this choice to become a monk. We make this choice to live according to the uh, Atta Sila. Hmm?
Mm.
We have choice. According to the Eight Noble Path, we are living. That is our choice. Huh?
Yes.
We also can live opposite life. If you live opposite life, then you will gain that result, bad result. So Buddha's teaching is very unique. Buddha give us choices. Uh, Buddha give us should not, should not harm any living beings. You know, should not, and then harm not. So it means we always have some choices in between. We
Yes.
have choice. So if you do, then you will pay back that karma. If you don't do, then you don't need to pay back that karma. So today's lesson, Guruji's lesson is why monks should not eat meat. So if you have any question, Bante, please kindly ask me, and I want to hear from you.
Thank you so much, Guruji. It was excellent teaching for me, actually, myself. I think that actually this message, which you already explained here, if goes to the society, especially young generation, so like who are young Buddhist followers, they 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 really will enjoy and they're really interested with this kind of teaching and they will try to apply their own life. Not only that, they will help to others also by explaining and by teaching others. I think this is a wonderful message to for all the Buddhist community, like monk, nun, and lay devotees also. That's what I understood from your teaching.
Thank you, Bante. Thank
Thank
you
you,
very
Guruji.
much.
Yeah, thank you so much, and
Thank you. Thank you.
namaskar, Guruji. Thank you.
Sad, sad.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.